Hello and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, and if you enjoyed today's content, give us a like. We greatly appreciate your support. Without further ado, let's jump into today's video. But make sure you stay tuned until the end, as I have a special tip and breakdown as to why I landed a very specific spot in Pochinki. Some of these tips may seem common sense to a few of you guys, but I'm going to explain them anyway. So my first tip to you is use the training room. Use the tools that are given to you to help you develop better skills. Now when you go to the training room, don't just pick up the weapons that you're good with or that's your favorite loadout. Pick the weapons that you are not good with. I cannot tell you the amount of times that we've hot dropped, surrounded by squads, and all we have is a double barrel shotgun, pistol, or crossbow. And unless you are familiar with these weapons, the chances are you're going to lose, and all because you're not familiar with the weapons. So be sure to hit that training room. Use the time when you're waiting for your friends to load up, or your crew members, or when you're just generally got a spare minute yourself. Okay, so movement is life. Stay moving. Do not get caught in a building in the corner or sitting in the middle of the room waiting for the enemy to enter. It has to be one of the worst mistakes that I have seen. And as you'll see in this gameplay, I dominate every single person that just sits there. Stay moving. Apply pressure to your enemies. Do not give them a chance to breathe. Be relentless in your pushes and your lockdowns of buildings. Bombard the building with grenades. Even if you're being pushed, bombard your own building with grenades. Keep the pressure on your enemies. Do not give them a chance to breathe and recompose themselves, especially if you've gotten a knock on one of them. That is your main time to rush. Go for it. Because when you get a knock, their teammate has 10 seconds that it will take for them to revive. That 10 seconds can be vital to whether you win that battle or not. This one I cannot express enough to being extremely important. Familiarize yourself with the maps. Drop at a certain place every time. Get familiar with each section of that map. Granted, you cannot control the circle and you will have to move with it, but if you consistently embed a movement, if you embed a town and buildings in your brain, it becomes muscle memory. And before you know it, you'll be reacting, pushing buildings and locking down buildings in ways that you never even thought possible. And it's all because all you have done is continuously keep this pattern in your brain. So in these upcoming clips, you're going to see us pushing a few buildings, and as to how we're able to come out on top. We are relentless. We do not give our enemies a chance to breathe or to compose themselves. We bombard the building with grenades, or if we're driving, we come in so fast and hard that they do not expect it. And that's how we're able to get the edge on these crews, as you're about to see. So, right now I'm about to land at Pachinki, and as you'll notice, I'm going to land on the small section at the entrance of the town. Why I do that is because there is only 3 buildings, and they are in a line. So basically what that means, I know I'm not going to have enemies surrounding me at that point. That gives me a chance to be able to land, compose myself, and get a weapon. And then as you'll be able to see, I'm able to move through Pachinki without worrying about what's on my left or my right or behind me. And it gives me a chance to be able to move from building to building, lock it down, and by the time I leave Pachinki, I've not only dominated every other player there, but I've also outmaneuvered and outsmarted each one of them.